Welcome to day 3 of the Paralympic Games, Paris 2024. Just looking at this resplendent overhead shot of the South Paris Arena. We'll be on table 1 and in hall 4 for today's para table tennis. Can't believe it's day 3 already. The arena just looking resplendent. There'll be another packed crowd, sold out seats. Just so great to see so many people here to celebrate the sport of para table tennis. My name is Rory McAllister. I'll be your commentator, and alongside me for 15 years he was the Canadian national coach. It's John McPherson.
It should be an exciting time. We're getting down now to the crunch time. This is going to be a medal situation all the way through from now on in today. So we're going to see some intense matches, Roy. They're going to be fantastic. I look forward to seeing some extraordinary rallies, and the crowd should be entertained.
So mixed doubles, that's what's coming up. People's Republic of China versus Ukraine. It's the duo of Zhao Shui and Mao Xinjun. Zhao Shui now 29 years old, and Mao Xinjun is just 19. And the Ukrainian duo, Victor Diduk, so experienced at 37 years old now, and Irina Shinkarova, who's 19.
Sur la table numéro 1, première demi-finale du tableau double mixte 17, représentant l'Ukraine.
So here comes the Ukrainian duo.
Mixed double 17 semi-final, representing Ukraine, Victor Diduk and Irina Shinkarova.
Big cheers for the Ukrainian team.
Représentant la République populaire de Chine.
Representing People's Republic of China, Zhao Shui and Mao Xinjun.
So Zhao Shui and Mao Xinjun, both 29 years old. I think I said 19 a few seconds ago. Don't worry about that, it's just my handwriting. So there'll now be the introductions for the remaining tables, and we'll get going on table 1 for this mixed double semi-final. A bronze medal is at stake here, and the winning team will then move through to contest for gold and silver in the final.
Représentant la Serbie.
Representing Serbia, Nada Matic and Borislava Peric-Rankovic.
Et sur la table numéro 3, voici la deuxième demi-finale double mixte 17, représentant la République populaire de Chine.
On table 3, mixed double 17 semi-final, representing
So the athletes just warming up physically. They'll do a warm-up in a second on the actual table just to get used to the conditions and get settled in for this semi-final. And John, at this stage of a match, you know, it's an early start. You come out, what sort of things are you going through it as a coach?
Well, your job is to give them a basic information in terms of what the basic strategy is. These players all know each other. They've played in circuit tournaments all over the world, and the idea is to get your players calm and focused and not to overthink.
Les arbitres pour la table 1.
The umpires for table 1. from Germany.
A lot of stretching going on now. They have to go to a call room about 40 minutes prior to the match where shirts are decided upon. For instance, if players come with the same black shirts or red shirts, one will have to change. It's done by a flip of a coin, and that's done. Also, the balls are selected there too. Players will spin the balls and find, believe it or not, the roundest ones there are. And they'll get 3 or 4. That's done. And then the rackets are given to the umpire, who puts them in bags, and so that it can't be switched en route, and then they're given back to the players at the table. And as you can see, you're allowed to look at the other opponent's racket to see what types of rubbers they have on it, because these days there's a lot of different types of rubbers, and which produces different types of spins.
À noter la présence des têtes de série numéro 1 en double mixte, la Pologne sur la table numéro 3. Et dans le tableau double féminin, les têtes de série numéro 2, la République de Corée sur la table 6.
Yeah, here we go for the semi-finals in mixed double 17 and women's double.
So the umpire for this match is Anja Gershoff of Germany. Second umpire is Jonathan Whittaker of Great Britain.
But who's going to get the gold medal?
Do the toss to decide who will serve first, and then the warm-up begins. Just a chance now for the athletes just to settle into the conditions. As John was saying, after those times of preparation, it's now match time.
We can see that the warm-up has now begun on table 1 and table 6, table 3 also.
2 minutes d'échauffement avant le coup d'envoi des parties qui se déroulent en 5.
I think what we're going to see here is a differentiation of age and experience. Certainly the situation with the Ukrainian team, the young girl's quite young. She's 19 years old, and I think she will have difficulty, potentially have difficulty in being able to adapt to this level of play.
So just on the graphic there as well, just seeing their route to the final. We now have the Ukrainian team, which is Victor Dudu and Irina Shimkarova. And here's their route to the semi-final. This is the story of how they got here. 2 3-0 wins in a row. Will we see another 3-0 today? Who knows? Anything can happen. The Paralympic Games, it's the highest level, and we're about to get underway with this match. First point to Ukraine. The ball struck the net.
Great point. Good start for the Ukrainians. Let's see if they can build on this. A nice rally there, and you've noticed they have to serve diagonally in doubles, so the opponent knows where the ball is going, at least relatively compared to singles. What I'm seeing here is the services are extremely basic. A little bit of backspin on the ball. The first team that gets the attack on generally is the one that has the most success. Another good example there. Again, basic serves, a little bit of what they call backspin on the ball. Again, the serves don't have to be that intricate at this level because, again, they know where it's going. That was a great lift. Nice attack. Oh, that's another great shot by Dikaduk. It was well done. Good topspin, good arc in the ball, and in the middle of the table, which is not a bad place to put it. Discussing services. Might have been a little rush there, but that's okay. It could be nerves, but that's something you can expect to happen. Close game.
So Ukraine now 2 points in front with their serve. As John was explaining, in doubles, the serves go from right to left. It has to go over the net and over the line in the middle of the table, whereas in singles, it's just a case of getting the ball from one side of the table to the other. So that's the major difference between singles and doubles.
Nice attack again. I find the serves quite simplistic, but again, if you can't lift the ball on a short serve, then you're waiting for the next ball and then you attack, if you can. A bit of a missed ball there by the Chinese player. He was there, he was prepared to take it. He needed to cover the ball with his racket a bit more, meaning turning the racket in. Great point. They pinned the Chinese team into the corner and kept them there. You see, the coaches are coaching. This is something that changed a few years ago. Coaches can now coach during the play. Not during the actual hitting, but during the match. Oh, what an opportunity there for the Ukrainian player. She had the entire table wide open. Great shot. The ball came up a little high, and it was finished off by Dikaduk. He did a great job there. You may notice the service of some serve with their racket on their, the ball on the racket, which they can do, especially if you have an impairment, and that's perfectly legal. And other people, of course, you use your hand, your free hand to serve. Oh, a bit unlucky there off the net. And it's now game point, second game point for Ukraine. That was interesting. Rory, I found that there was another high ball and a little uncharacteristic miss, but it happened, and it's a great start for the Ukrainian team.
Well, first team to get to 11 points, that's how you win a table tennis game. You have to do it by a clear 2 points or more, and that's a fine example of how to take a table tennis game with that score. Ukraine 11, China 9. If it had gone to 10-10, then the game would have continued, but it wouldn't have been two serve formats. It would then go to one serve per team, and the match would have gone on until one team was 2 points in front. So longest rally in that one, 8 strokes. And you just see what it means to Duke. Great reaction. So it's the best of 5. Ukraine are now 1 game in front. And now we're just about to begin game 2. I
think you'll see a bit of a strategy change now by the Chinese team. A few uncharacteristic, unforced errors, but they will adapt to this and they will make their changes that are necessary to make. It was a very good game, very close, and I expect this one to be exactly the same. Service to China. Mao to serve. Nice backhand topspin. Oh, brilliant. Down the line, topspin drive. The next shot. And again, maybe the little inexperience of Shinakova, that both her service returns were a little long, allowing the Chinese team to attack successfully. Nice right down the middle, right at the elbow. That can be a very vulnerable place at the elbow. And it's hard, you have to move your feet and you're jammed in the middle. And that's what happened right there. Nice topspin. That was a nice ball, nice spin. Not a lot of pace, but lots of spin. That was very impressive.
And the experience of the two Chinese athletes, all with gold medals at Paralympic Games in the past. Now Xinjing with a gold in Tokyo in the singles, gold in Rio in the singles, and at the London Paralympic Games. Likewise for Zhao Shui. 2 gold medals in Tokyo, both in singles and men's team, and a gold at the World Championships in the men's team.
Not sure what the conversation is about. Maybe he's suggesting that the rotation isn't correct, the returning player. I'm not sure.
Well, he was certainly saying words about receiver.
Yes, he was. Oh, that was a really nice ball again by Shinakova. She put it right down the middle. I don't think that was expected.
That's a great shot from the 19-year-old, alongside the very experienced Victor Duduc.
Another example of no point is guaranteed. That was another high ball. Should have had it, but didn't. Again, return the ball to the other side of the table, and you can never lose the point. I sense some nervousness here. I really do. And as I said several times already, a little uncharacteristic, I think, of the Chinese team, given their experience and success. That was a nice, brilliant topspin down the line. Player moved across to the ball. It was well done. And Zhao made a great point there. It was well done. Good footwork. Nice, smooth topspin. Lots of the stroke is long, it's wide, it produces a lot of spin. You can see it right here. Just leaps off the racket. That might have been a little adventuresome, I think. Backhand loop topspin. And again, take some risks. Why not? Especially when you're in the lead.
Victor Duduc just giving himself a good toweling down. You do work up a sweat playing this sport.
But off the net, you can see the hand going up, indicating that it was not necessarily a clean point. Players respect that. They don't call it cheat. They'll take the point, don't get me wrong. But
It's a great display, isn't it, when something's not happened intentionally.
Of course.
And the players respect each other, and just so nice to see at this kind of level at the Paralympic Games.
She's telling him what type of serve to anticipate from player. Had to stretch out there. Go ahead to stretch out for that one. Timeout. This is interesting. The player called the timeout, not the coach. That doesn't happen that often that way, but the player does have the right to call for the timeout if they feel they need it. And this is interesting. Dickadu's taking control of the team, saying, listen, we need to talk about this. We're in a very good place right now. We want this game. It's so important. So he feels this is a very good time, 1 minute timeout. And here's something else interesting. If they want to go back to the table earlier, if they called it, the other team must go back at the same time. They can't stay long because it's not their timeout.
Clock will be ticking down in the background, maximum of 60 seconds. That's just Duke showing his experience. Gold medalist in Rio in the men's team. Silver medal in Tokyo in the singles in Class 8. Also men's team silver medal at the Tokyo Paralympics as well. And that's not including at the moment the World Championship medals that he has. 2 golds in World Championship singles. And a gold at the European Championship singles as well.
Duke to serve. Nice shot. Right at the body. Ball was a bit high. Zhao moved right across still. Again, showing his excellent footwork laterally across the table. It was excellent. Oh, what a brilliant rally, what we call a loop-de-loop. Topspin attack and return with a topspin attack. That is high-end table tennis. Oh, brilliant shot. That's absolutely the best rally of the game. That was combination attacking and then pull the player out of position and put it away. That was excellent, and that required all 4 players to be engaged in that rally. That was well done. They're going to be really happy about that. Sharkova's going to be very, very happy. She's playing very well.
That's the first team to 11 points to take a win, so there's a chance for both teams to be able to accomplish that here at 9-9.
Well done. A very, very basic serve, but it's short. And the Chinese are not attacking the ball, and it's allowing the Ukrainian team to attack. Duke is doing a great job of that.
So it's game point for Ukraine.
Wow, what a game. And you can see the excitement and the reaction of the Ukrainian team. This, I don't think was expected. I really don't. The games have been close, legitimately close, but they're up 2-0. And I don't think that was expected. I really don't.
Terrific reaction from Victor Duke. So the first game 11-9, and the second game is the same. And it now means Ukraine are 2-0. And this very experienced Chinese duo who are now getting some words of encouragement from their coach, because in order to stay in this final, in this semi-final, People's Republic of China need to take this game, otherwise it could be a 3-0 win for Ukraine. It's the best of 5, so in order for People's Republic of China to progress to the final, they need to win the next 2 games to take it to 2-2. At the moment, though, the Ukrainian team, they've been close matches, as John was just saying a second ago. Just looking over the final moments. You just see the spin that's generated from these players. Great topspin shot there.
It was a nice block too, but Duke, you could see that he angled that ball wide.
And there's the reaction at the end. So here we go, game 3.
Let ball. It was a net ball to reservice. Great rally, but that was set up by the net ball, which slowed the pace of the whole rally down and then allowed the Chinese to exploit that opportunity.
And you don't lose the serves either. Just because you have two, if there's a let ball, then you still get your two serves, hence why now Ukraine are serving for the second time.
Nice ball. Duke just put it in the corner with spin. Good points there. Quickly back. I think we've seen Mao increase her spin in her serves now. We're seeing maybe more intricate services than we did before. And Duke was unable to return that ball. Another example of an unforced error by the Duke. And I think that we're seeing a change now in strategy by the Chinese team, and they're being more successful. Again, they absolutely have to make a change.
Yes, the Chinese duo need to win this game in order to stay in this semi-final.
It's interesting. Duke was not missing those shots in the previous two games, and now maybe a little tight, and or they're being exploited too by the power of the shots returning. Nice return. The sequence right here, the next couple of points will determine whether or not Ukraine can come back and compete in this game and finish. That's bad. Duke was much better. The strong lip Mao, but he just crushed it. It was really, really nice. And he moved across to get that. That was not an easy ball. We're seeing a bit of a charge now. For Ukraine trying to get back into the game. That was much better by the Chinese. Venus Mao with a high toss serve. Needs to be at least 16 centimeters up. That was much more than that. Trying to be a little more deceptive with the spin that she's placing on the ball. Exactly the same routine, but this time was not successful in terms of Yao trying to finish that point. And it was exactly the same sequence as it was before, which he made. This is a towel down. You're allowed to do this every 6 points. And you can also use it as a chance to have a little conversation with your partner. But you need to come back quickly. There's not a time on this, but it needs to be expedited fairly quickly. That was well done. Again, Serenakova did a good job putting it there, but Mao just crushed it. Just wasn't enough pace on the ball. Conversation there. Words of encouragement, I'm sure. That was definitely an unforced error. That ball was high in the middle, and it was not finished. Now they're having a discussion again about the services. What type of spin to put on it. Again, as I mentioned before, doubles. It's hard to be deceptive. Oh my goodness, a service fault. Timeout. That was again called by the player. And I think that showed nerves right there, because that should not happen, a service fault at this level. So we're going to come back again. You've noticed a player called it. Not that you see that often, but again, a very experienced player. And I think that she did the right thing, because obviously they have to win the game. There's no choice in the matter here. And they just do still have the lead, and they are on service, I believe. So, yeah, take the break here. Don't panic. You're still in the lead. You have to win this game, so you need a strategy to finish off those last 3 points.
The timeout's been called with People's Republic of China on 8 points, Ukraine on 7. That's how close a game this game is. Both games so far won by Ukraine, have been by an 11-9 total.
Again, all the pressure's on China. And I think the Ukrainian players know that. If I'm the coach, I'm just reminding these players, just breathe. Just play what you're doing, return the ball, think about where you're putting it. If it spins, angles, but the pressure is totally on the Chinese team.
Zhao and Mao, the People's Republic of China, have to win this game to stay in this semi-final.
Nice point there by China again. I think a little nerves, I really do, because that ball came up high and there wasn't a lot of spin on it. Oh, nice shot by Dikaduk. That was well done. Again, he uses that a lot. He's a strong, strong player. Because he's left-handed, and now that's an advantage in racket sports, frankly. Now another power topspin. Yao tried to put it away. That's hard to do, because that ball's coming back. It's got topspin. It jumps up, and unless you angle it properly with a flat hit or another topspin, the ball's not going to be returned. What a rally. Nice one. That was the whole use of the table. Again, as we see, major topspin. Dikaduk, and wow, just was returned well. That's quality playing.
Such an important point too, because it's now set up game point for People's Republic of China. They need this.
Oh, well done. I can tell you, Mao will feel excited about that. He contributed that by finishing the point off with a power forehand topspin stroke. He's missed a few balls. He's made up for the service fault that he had, and they won the game.
Such an important game win for People's Republic of China. They needed that result in order to try and stay in this mixed doubles semi-final. There could be another 2 games to go. People's Republic of China need this next game, game 4, to take it to 2-2. So a pivotal moment in this semi-final.
Nice start.
So trying to take the first point. They need to win this game. It's not an option for them.
I think we have a service fault. Again, you get a warning the first time, and that's what you're saying. You pulled the ball back instead of directly said, thank you. I've got that. Oh, another great ball. Mao is contributing much more on the offense now, and this is very encouraging for the Chinese team. Wasn't happening the first two games. He's not consistently. Another great shot by Zhao. Wow, this time, my apologies.
Well, open table, open corner, just went for it. 3 points in front. And Ukraine now go 4 in front. Sorry, even 3-1, 2 points behind.
Basic backspin serve. Granted, there's a lot of spin because you use your wrist to produce the spin. And it was short. Chinese team's getting excited now. Starting to be much more verbal. And excellent shot. Oh, that actually, you know what? That clipped the net. Not sure everybody saw that because usually they would acknowledge that. Oh, his racket is wet, maybe? No? I'm not sure what she was talking about. Yes, that's exactly what it was. She could see that the racket was damp. Nice serve. Try to go for the attack down the middle. Again, Mao tried to go down the middle second time, but this time the ball was a little long. But they were both aggressive attacks off service. And a lot of backspin. So hard to see on the TV screen. But a lot of wrist action. That it was okay. A bit of a spill there. Looks like he's fine. It was very interesting. We noticed Mao turned and pivoted his body and took that on a backhand off his forehand, off the forehand wing. That's He did that. He started moving before the serve even happened. Nice. What we call short ball, bit of a flick. That was nice. It's a towel down time. They wish. Looks like the Chinese team is not taking the towel down. But again, they're in control of the game. I think the Ukrainian team is just trying to slow things down a bit. Nice smooth toss spin. Again, a lot of spin, not a lot of speed. The ball will hit the table and it will jump up. Often you want to take that right off the bounce. Oh, that was a great rally. An extremely important point for Ukraine. They're still in the game and very, very much in contention for the match at this point. Ah, they're not toweling down the right time, and that's what Dickett was saying. What are they doing? They can't do that. Ball was a little high, and Mao took advantage of that. Mao put that ball really wide, and Sharakarova tried to go across and get it, and just a little late.
Such a valuable point as well, because it's given the People's Republic of China a game point to stay in this semi-final. And they've done it, they've got there. People's Republic of China have levelled it up 2-2. Ukraine went 2 games in front. The Chinese team managed to peg 1 game back. They've now pegged another one as well. It's 2-2. It'll go to the deciding game, game 5, to decide who has a place in the final. The team that goes through will then contest gold and silver. The other team from today will take a Paralympic bronze medal.
There we go. We saw a great comeback by the Chinese, and they were much more aggressive that game, and I anticipated that was going to happen. They knew they had to go after it, and they did, and they weren't successful. They went wide a lot, some balls in the middle of the table, but generally attacking wide, and I think they were very successful. As you can see here, a backhand drive, another backhand drive, and then a forehand attack. 3 attack points in a row, but it took 3 to get the point. Heavy topspin here. Mao, oh, she nicked the net. Oh, yes. That was a point from further on, I think, not at the end. That was a clean rally at the end. The coach is very animated now, and this will be good. This is going to be good. I always anticipate the first 4 or 5 points, right? What happens now can set the tone. What can you do in the first 4 or 5 points to give yourself a psychological advantage? These games only go to 11, so we know that. And by the way, the first team to 5, they will switch sides. The server will remain the same, but the receiver will change. This only happens in the 5th game, if it goes 5. What a great return by Sharakarova. She was jammed at her body, and she somehow got that back. And I have no idea how she did that, but she did it. Mao made a good shot there. Wide open for Dickett, and he missed it, and he knew it was there. It was there. Really nice job there by Zhao. Another great shot by Zhao. The Duke tried to turn and pivot his body and take the backhand back to the forehand side. And that's not easy, but he's trying to change things up. He's trying to make things different. Oh, wow, that's a rally. If you notice, Sharakarova tried to go for it, and it was, and that's great. And as a result, she won it. She went for the point. A heavy topspin. Oh, what a shot by Zhao. I mean, that was, again, a pivot, turning on his body, and powering with back topspin. That was a nice point. Very aggressive. Oh, what a brilliant rally. That could have been over 2 or 3 points ago, and they just kept it in play. This is a great game. We're going to now change sides. China has just gotten to 5 points. Now they switch sides. The normal person in rotation will continue to serve the ball, but there will be a receiver change. that can change things based on who's got the stronger points. Chinese coach, hands up in the air, jumping up. I don't often see that. This means a lot to both these teams. And it's nice to see the passion and the desire to want to win this match. Because, as you said, wins this, goes for gold. He tried Zhao at the same point where he's been successful in that ball. Timing was off a little bit. I saw the coach nod his head, so he knew he did the right thing. The idea was correct. Whoa, that was definitely a total miss. But again, you see the Chinese coach shaking his head positively. He must like what they're trying to do. Trying to be aggressive. And generally in this sport, if you are aggressive, you're going to be more times than not the winner of the point. Coach instructions. Oh, what a point. And Mao giving instructions to Zhao on the serve. Nice. That was right at the middle of the table again. Backhand topspin stroke. Nicely done. It was the position of the ball on the table that made it successful. Doesn't always have to be ripping the name off the ball. The spin. Position is so incredibly important. Slow tossman. She went for the edge and just missed it. Taking her time there, I see. I was readjusting the racket, and in this case, I think the leg brace. It's all on purpose. Slow it down. Nice point. I think Zhao was a little over exuberant there. He did not have to make the big attack shot. They're up. Big swing. Again, I think he's trying to go for the winner, and it doesn't have to be that way. You're up ahead. Get that ball back on the other side of the table. Let your opponent make the risks. You don't have to. Oh, what a rally. Perhaps the best rally certainly of this game, and at a very, very crucial time. We're talking 3 or 4 or 5 really strong attack points. This was a full-out attack rally. No defense here. Powerful topspin. Shenrikrova had difficulty returning that ball. Oh, a net ball. Winning point. What an opportune time that was. You notice that Mao kind of threw a rack on the table. She was not happy. Wow, again, another incredible rally. Attack, 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 attack.
And it's set up a match point. So important now for People's Republic of China to stay focused. Ukraine, on the other hand, they took the first 2 games, so they know how to win a game in this match. A place in the final is at stake. The team that goes through will contest for gold and silver. The remaining team take the bronze medal.
Again, Duke did a great job of pivoting his body, turning and hitting a backhand off his forehand wing. Gutsy, but what choice do you have at this stage?
Second match point.
That was a mishit serve.
And it's gone 10-10. So now there won't be any more double serves. Now the serve will happen per team. And the first team to win now by 2 clear points goes through to the final at the Paralympic Games Paris 2024. De Duc now will take the serve.
Oh, great point, great point. Now the serve switches.
Well, would you believe it? People's Republic of China have managed to get over the line. They were 2 games down. They brought it back to 2-2, and it went to game 5. It then went 10-10. There was nothing to separate these 2 teams. And People's Republic of China won the shot on the Ukraine serve, took their own serve. De Duc was unable to get the ball back over the net and onto the table. It was a miss. And People's Republic of China win game 5, 12 points to 10. They will go through to the final to contest the Paralympic gold and silver medals. For Victor De Duc and Irina Shekharova, it's a bronze medal. What an achievement for the Ukrainian team. And Victor De Duc, at 37 years old, now adds another Paralympic bronze medal to his ever-growing collection. For the 19-year-old, Irina Shekharova, a bronze medal. And I'm sure a bit of emotion as well will no doubt flow. Meanwhile, for the Chinese team, they've done it, they're over the line, and they're in the mixed doubles final at Paris 2024.
As you can see, the excitement of the Chinese coach, he just breathed a sigh of relief. He's saying, my goodness gracious, it's just so incredibly close. And looking at the faces of the Ukrainian team, they were disappointed, but I think they knew they had an opportunity to go for gold. It was so incredibly close. I think the team of record there certainly was the Chinese team in terms of all their medals and previous medals. But they came within a hair, Ukraine, of winning this. And believe me, the Chinese team knows it. And you can see how excited they are winning this game. Again, having watched the faces of the players from Ukraine talking to their coach, sort of a resignation that they lost, but I didn't see any tears. I think they knew they played well. They played at their level. They played competitively well, and they will feel very, very good about the level of technical and tactical play that they did. So I think they will be pleased. Disappointed, of course, but pleased.
So bronze medal goes to Ukraine. People's Republic of China will go through to the final. Irina Shekharova just unable to make that return on that last serve. The Chinese team won the game 12 points to 10.
Yeah, regarding the women's doubles 10 event, we had 2 semi-finals on table 2 and table 6. So first on table 6 in the women's doubles 10, they're now qualified for final. It's in People's Republic of China.
Oh, it's just
and on table
those 2 timeouts called, both times by the players. Just looking at some of the game results. So close. First 2 games 11-9 to Ukraine. Third game to the Chinese 11 points to 9. Game 4 was 11 points to 6. Game to China to bring it up 2-2. And then that final game 12-10. That just shows how hard you have to fight to get through to the final. And for Ukraine, how hard you have to fight for a bronze medal at the Paralympic Games. Great display of para-table tennis. If you enjoyed what you've seen and you fancy giving it a go, then jump on the internet and look up your local club. Tell them you've seen it on the TV. If you'd like to give it a go, they'll be delighted to hear from you. Do bring yourself a towel, though. You'll need that. So a moment now of relaxation for the Chinese duo. They've done their day's work. Ukraine, they just have to remember they have taken a bronze medal. Great to see a packed crowd. So many people here to celebrate para-table tennis at the Paralympic Games. So that's how it happened. That's the story of that semi-final. China 3-2 in the best of 5. And even the biggest lead was only 5 points to 3. It was so close, but it was those points won on serve that pretty much was the deciding factor in this one. So that's the final result. Zhao and Mao will now go on to the gold medal match. Meanwhile, for Ukraine, they are the bronze medalists.
6h55. Mesdames, messieurs, restez bien avec nous. Il est l'heure d'accueillir les athlètes dans l'aire de jeu.
Please welcome the athletes into the arena.
Et voici la première demi-finale du tableau double femmes 20 représentant le Brésil.
On table 1, women's doubles 20 semi-final, representing Brazil, Bruna Alexandre and Daniel Raouen.
Elles seront opposées aux têtes de série numéro 2 représentant l'Australie.
Representing Australia, Lina Lay and Kian Yang.
This next match, women's doubles semi-final, Brazil versus Australia. Another best of 5 match. And the quickest time you can win it as best of 5 is if you go 3-0.
Les arbitres pour la table 1.
The athletes now just preparing, getting ready with their coaches. They'll start the warm-up on the table in just a second, just giving them a chance to get into the atmosphere. It's a wonderful arena here, the South Paris Arena. Days ago, when the table tennis team went down to the venue, it was empty, and sometimes there's just something glorious about an empty stadium, because then you can then imagine what it's going to be like when it's full and packed. And once again, a capacity crowd for para table tennis. Just such a high-octane, exciting sport. And with this semi-final, it means the team that wins goes through to the final to contest the gold and silver, and the other team will get a bronze medal.
This is the first semi-final match in women's doubles 20, and we are going to start with team Brazil, top-seeded 4.
As you can see, the rackets are on the table. They come out with the umpire. They're given to the umpire in the waiting area, call area as they call it, and the opponents can look at those rackets prior to the game right there on that spot, see what type of rubbers there are. There's so many rubbers in table tennis now. They're smooth. There's what we call pips or pimples, and they can have sponge or no sponge. And they can do some really interesting things to the ball in terms of spins and speeds. And the reasons the rackets are 2 different colors is exactly that reason. Many years ago, there were long rallies, and all of a sudden the ball might go in the net and no one knew why. And it was because the rubber compositions had changed so dramatically. This way, at least everyone knows that the rackets are distinctly two different colors, and you're allowed to look at them, and then experienced players know what's produced by those different types of rubbers, whether it's smooth or whether it may have long pimples or short pimples or sponges. These are experienced players. They know what these rubbers do, but they need to know what's on the rackets in advance so that they can adjust their strokes accordingly. And now doing their 2-minute warm-up. They've already done the coin toss, I believe, and we'll go from there. Games are to 11. If they're tied at 10-all, then you go to singular points, and you alternate the service. Also, as well, you serve cross court, diagonally from the right-hand side. So that means the opponent knows where the ball is going roughly, unlike singles where you can put the ball anywhere and disguise your serves much more effectively. It doesn't mean you can't win a point off the serve. Well, certainly you can. You can still disguise the service. It's just that everybody knows where the ball is coming to. So that makes it a little easier and actually often sets up for great rallies.
first ranking in women's single class 9. She plays in women's singles 9 and women doubles 20 and mixed doubles 17. She won gold everywhere she goes. Won gold in women's single 9 in Tokyo, in London, women's team 6 to 10 in London, women's single 9 in Beijing, women's team.
The warm-up was only 2 minutes long. They've been warming up physically for a lot longer than that. So they will be getting momentarily. The head umpire, there are 2 umpire and assistant umpires. Assistant umpire is the one doing the scores, and the head umpire does the calling out verbally. I noticed that Alexandra put her thumb up, being guys ready, and they said they were. There's the ball, Paris 2024. The emblem on the ball.
So game 1 of the women's doubles semi-final. First 2 serves for Brazil.
Great point again. The ball was right in the middle. You'd be amazed how many points can be won in the middle of the table. You might not think so, but it does happen a lot.
1-all.
Both these teams are extremely experienced internationally, so I anticipate a lot of great rallies, high level, technically and tactically.
2-all.
Nice offensive attacks. Lei and Yang. Close start. Feeling each other out, see what their strengths and weaknesses are. Oh, great rally. These teams would not have seen too much of each other because they come from different zones. Australia comes from Oceania area, and the Americas, of course, from Brazil. They may have seen each other or played each other in some major competitions, but not that often because they come from such distinctly different parts of the world.
The
strategy of the Australian team is to serve and then attack the next ball that comes back, virtually every single time. As example there, Rembrandt was very aggressive returning the ball. It was a strong attack, and here's a shot here. Nice, strong attack by the Brazilian player. Discussing their strategy on the serve prior. Nice strong attack by Alexandra. That was nice. Coach seems confident. That ball needed to be covered over by Rand. She just missed it. By covering, I mean just putting the racket down, closing the racket, head of the racket in, and letting the ball do the work for you. Ball was in the middle, but this time middle, it was middle without pace, so it was easily handled. Palais.
All.
Same thing as I mentioned before, covering the ball. I mean, let the racket come out. That's top spin. Player needs to do is just stick the racket out there and let the ball do the work for you. Easier said than done. Muscles need to be relaxed, but that is essentially one way of returning a top spin drive ball.
7 all.
We have a very, very close game. As mentioned, the best 3 out of 5. This ball there, if you notice, the serve needs to be served with a flat palm, and it needs to be projected up a minimum of 16 centimeters. You can go higher if you want, for sure, and the ball must be totally visible to your opponent all of the time during the service process.
Eight all.
Nice rally, strong points. The middle of the table is a very effective place with pace on the ball, for sure. But if it's long with not a lot of pace, then you're setting yourself up for an attack by the other team, for sure. Again, did not cover the ball with a racket. You notice in services, of course, you don't necessarily have to serve with a palm. If you don't have a palm, you can serve the ball, of course, on your racket. Again, always visible to your opponent, projected up.
11-8, game 3 out.
So Australia have taken the first game. That's how it works. You have to try and get to 11 and win by 2 clear points. So if you do get to 11, then the most you can win by is 11-9, as in that's the closest it can be. In that instance, 11-8, and Australia take the first game of 5. So Brazil now will need to make sure that they don't go 2-0 down, because if that happens, then they then need to win the next 2 in order to level up, because it is a best of 5. So for Australia, great start. First game was pretty close. This rally was only 7 strokes, but the first game finished Australia 11 points to 8.
And going back over that, as I mentioned before, the Australian team's strategy is to be aggressive as soon as possible. Certainly you can attack short balls that don't bounce off the end, like a flick we call it, or come quick over the ball. But their job right now is serve and attack, serve and attack, serve and attack. Maybe not quite as quick when the other team is serving, but they want to get into an aggressive rally as soon as possible. We'll see if the strategy holds up or whether Brazil makes a strategy change or an adaptation. There's an example right there. The attack, again, right down the middle, right at the elbow. Australia really wants to be aggressive. There it is again, twice. 2 or 3 rallies, finish the point. 2 or 3 rallies, finish the point. Both those balls were in the middle of the table. Deep.
So service now switches to Brazil. They'll get 2 serves. And it'll go right to left, as you're seeing now. It has to go over the net and over the line in the middle of the table.
Nice recovery there. Must have hit the net. Again, hand went up there by Alexandri. Letting know, sorry about that, but those points count.
So it's one of the differences of serves in doubles.
Brilliant, brilliant rally. And Alexandri saw the opening. She wanted to finish it off. There it is. She saw it wide open, no one there, and she could not pull it over the net. You can tell her frustration. She said, I had that.
So Australia now get another serve. As we've been explaining, this is how it works in doubles. Has to go across the diagonal. In singles, it's just a case of getting the ball over the net.
Oh, what a rally. What, again, excellent work. Yang finished that point, drive down, cross court. Player was a bit out of position. Rowan was out of position a bit and was unfortunately unable to return the ball. Another great rally. Ryan was way off table. They're being driven off the table by the attack of the Australians. The coach looks a little concerned from Brazil. That's much better by Alexandre. She again attacked that ball with her backhand, and that was much more successful. She's going to have to do more of that, because if she sits in this ball and just tries to return it, I don't think the outcome is going to be what they want.
5-4.
Ron tried to go for a short drop. That would have been extremely effective. Again, trying to change the routine and the rhythm of the game.
5-6.
Nice service. Like winning those points. Oh, unlucky point. Trickled over the net. Nothing you can do about it. Just look at it. But that can be, I wouldn't say a game changer, but it's psychologically you've got to bounce back really quickly. Our games in this only go to 11 points, and you can't sort of think about what could have been. It's important from here to go and move on and get this point now.
7-6.
And that, I think this time was great. Ball was placed a little wide, and it was just a bit of a mistimed situation for the Australians. Again, another close game. Good combinations there. A little bit of a block ball and a drive. Here we go. Beautiful drive ball. And Australian player was unable to block it back. 7-7. I think she really wanted to attack that and changed her mind and went for a push shot when the opportunity was there to be aggressive. Oh, that was a long ball with nothing on it. Ron put that too long with no spin, and it was immediately exploited. That was a bit better from the Brazilian perspective. For sure, the game is close. This is essential, this game, in terms of just a psychological situation. Are you down 2-0 or are you all leveled up? Very interesting strategy there, Baran. She decided to take the ball on her backhand. She moved over, took it with her backhand, a little high, but it wasn't expected. So I think that was good. She started to move before the serve happened. So she made a decision. I'm returning this ball differently. I'm returning it with my backhand on my forehand side, and I'm going to put it in a different place. And it worked.
So the game poised at 9-9. It means there's an opportunity for both teams to win this game 11 points to 9. You need to get to 11, and you need to win by at least 2 clear points or more, or will it go 10-10?
Oh, what a fantastic rally. Definitely the best rally of the game up to now. Everyone wants this point badly. There's drives, there's blocks, there's lobs. Long, long topspin there. Alexandre fell down, but she went for the ball, went for the point.
And it's set up a game point. That's the importance of that.
11-9.
So 11-9. What we were just saying a few moments ago, Australia have taken the second game. They are 2-0 in front. And it means this could be a 3-game affair. Brazil now need to win the next 2 in order to stay in this semi-final and keep their hopes alive for going through to the final to contest the gold medal. The team that marches on to the final will contest gold and silver. The other team will get the bronze medal here at the Paralympic Games. So, John, the difference between those two teams there?
Aggressiveness. There's no question that the Australian players want to be aggressive. They want to dictate the point, where the ball goes and what kind of spins, and they want to be the aggressor right from the beginning. As soon as they feel they can attack, they're going to attack. And I think the Brazilian team played extremely well, but if you notice, they're off table. They were backed up a bit from time to time and got themselves into a situation where it was hard to win the points. They're back off table, as you can see here a bit, and it's because of the aggressive pounding of the Australia team. They're going after every single ball. So it's extremely difficult when you're back 3 or 4 meters off table trying to make a winner. It's not that easy.
Love one.
Let's see what happens here. See if the Australians can make a forward this match so they can finish it off, or will Brazil decide that they must now go all out and attack, because obviously being semi-passive isn't going to work. Another example: serve, attack. That was a nice point. It was well played by both sides. But Alexandre played extremely well there and finished that point nicely. Wow, that was a great return. She just pounded that. It was like, boom, gone. So obviously either not enough spin or certainly too long. And it was definitely crushed. Back off table, just so those balls have been taken right off the bounce. She's just back a meter or so. So she's sticking her racket out, but not moving her body to the ball. And that has to happen. We now have a timeout. So I think this time now would have certainly been called, certainly by the Brazilian team. And letting them know that, hey, you've got to make a change here. We've got to do something differently. We're down 2-0, and we're down this game 4-2. We have to change. And by the looks of things, Coach saying, you've got to attack. We've got to take the ball. We've got to do top spin. We've got to move the ball around and finish these points now. Right now, first point, right now.
It just looked for a second as if it was just going to be a towel break, actually. Take a towel break after 6 points have happened in a game. It's poised at the moment, Australia 4, Brazil 2. Actually end up being a timeout called by the Brazilian team, and no surprise really, they're 2 games down and they need to win these next 2 to even stay in this semi-final and take it to a 5th game decider. So it's Australia 4, Brazil 2, and Australia with the serve.
Oh, what a great point, but as you can see there, 6-7 meters off the table for the Brazilian team. You cannot win points back there. It's not, it can happen, but rarely. They're way off table. Extra aggressiveness there on the part of the Australians. They went for a very high level shot. Oh, that was much better. A couple of what we call counter hitting, and then finish the ball on the opposite side of the table. Boom, gone. Very happy with that. Similar type of thing, but again, you can see the Brazilian team are several meters off table because the drives are so strong and they're so deep. They have no choice unless they're at the table to take it quickly off the bounce. I would say that was an unforced error, and I think that's the first one I've seen actually in the match so far. a rally, fantastic rally. Again, I hate to continue to reiterate, but where was the Brazilian team? Back by the surrounds in the end. Very difficult to win a point back there.
Yeah, I mean, that was just open season, really, for the Australians, just to be able to come in with those forehand slams. And it's now 5-7, Australia in front. Brazil with the serve, and they need really to win their 2 service points here.
One right there, and that's extremely important. Again, everything's important now. Rest assured, the Brazilian team will not give up. Yeah, it was a net ball, and threw the timing off. And again, they acknowledge that, the Australian team. Just the power, the sheer power of the Australian team. Constant drives with topspin. Strong, right down the middle of the table. Oh, that was nice. So it's like an inside-outside backhand with wrist. That was nice.
Please play.
Interesting, they're calling because play is supposed to be continuous in table tennis. Nice shot, wrench. Did a nice job there. Did the drive, and I'm sure that that's what the coach said they must do. They must be aggressive.
Well, this is crucial now because Australia 1 point in front with Brazil to serve. First to 11 by 2 clear points takes the game.
Oh, great rally. But the net, again, disrupted the flow of the play. It didn't necessarily cause the point, but it was disruptive.
So let's actually set up a match point. That's how important that last shot was, because Australia now 1 point away from going through to the final. They're already 2 games in front. If they win this point, they go on to contest the gold and silver, and it'll be a bronze medal for Brazil. And that's what it means to Brazil to stay in this. If it goes to 10-10, then the 2 serve system will change to 1 serve per team. So second match point for Australia.
10-9.
Well, Brazil have managed to pull this one back. It's gone 10-10, and now it's the first team to win by 2 clear points. So this could go on. Brazil know, well, they can't lose this game because they'll be out of this semi-final. This is tense moments here at the Paralympic Games.
11-10.
So Australia take the point off the Brazil serve, and when it goes to single serves, this is why it becomes so interesting, because now Australia get to serve for the match. Well, there we have it. Australia have done it. 3 games to love. They came into that 3rd game knowing they were 2-0 up and have now managed to finish off the Brazilian team. But it's a bronze medal for the Brazilian duo. What an achievement to come all the way here to Paris and to take a Paralympic bronze medal. But that's how it finished. Australia 11-8, 11-9, 12-10. They go on to contest the gold and silver. And for Brazil, it's a Paralympic bronze medal.
was a good match, but the absolute strength of the Australian team in terms of their ability to attack the ball, pretty much at will. And a lot of, give full credit to the Brazilian team that returned the ball time and time again. The games were quite close, all 3 games, but it was a pure, simple aggression of the Australian team. You can see here, off serve, I think this is the last point. And she just tried to put some backspin and side spin on, just couldn't do it. And again, I think it was not without a lot of hard work on the Brazilian side, but I think just the power of the Australian team.
So Australia the victors, and Lei Lina and Yang Chen will now go on to fight in the final for the gold and silver medals. For Brazil, well, a decent day's work because they have a Paralympic bronze medal. In the end, Australia just too much. They took the first game 11-8, the second game 11-9, and it went 10-10 in game 3. Australia won the points off the first Brazilian serve, and that was so crucial because once that happened, it then meant Australia were able to serve for the match. And that's what makes it so interesting in table tennis. When it goes to 10-10 and those single serves per team come in, you can just swing like that. You still need to win by 2 clear points. Australia managed to finish off game 3, 12 points to 10. And there's some of the stats, and that's the story of what's just unfolded. There's no real lead at all. 3-3 on both sides, but points won on serve. That was the difference, and it was the difference at the end as well for Australia. They'll now go on to contest the gold medal. Meanwhile, for Brazil, they are the bronze medalists.
Very good service. No trouble. Good.
Table tennis has been part of every Paralympics since the first games in Rome in 1960. Rallies are fast and explosive. We need to react quickly as smashes can exceed 100 kilometers per hour. The goal is to use a bat to hit the ball over the net onto the opponent's side without return. For the point to be won, the ball that bounces twice should be on the other side of the table. Matches are the best of 5 games. The first to score 11 points by at least 2 clear points wins a game. The play begins with a serve. The ball must bounce on our side of the net and over to the opponent's side. We can use several forehand and backhand shots in the attack or defense. Para-table tennis athletes are grouped into 11 sport classes. We play either in a wheelchair or standing, depending on what class we are in, and compete in men's or women's singles, double, or mixed double competitions. We can even adapt our playing styles or use equipment such as canes. One thing's for sure, we don't take our eyes off the ball. The right spin or reaction can decide the winner. Watch our rallies at the Paris 2024 Paralympic Games.
Mesdames, Messieurs, 11h33. On est heureux d'être parmi vous, évidemment, pour cette troisième session matinale de ces Jeux Paralympiques. Ça continue, bien entendu, tout à l'heure à 12h, avec 5 autres parties à partir de 12h, et notamment, Melvie, 2 paires françaises qui seront dans l'aire de jeu en demi-finale. On saluera notamment Esteban Hérault et Clément Berthier, qui évolueront double rôle à 14 à midi dans 25 minutes. Ils seront opposés à une paire chinoise pour tenter de se qualifier pour la grande finale. Et au même moment, une autre équipe française sera également parmi nous, puisqu'on accueillera bien Florian Berrien et Flora Vautier, engagés en double mixte 7. On compte sur vous, mesdames, messieurs.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy in here. I think the atmosphere will be, as usual, French people are crazy, are insane. I like it so. Yeah, je vous adore. En vrai, je vous adore. L'ambiance est folle ici à Paris. This is crazy. More matches coming up at 12 a.m. So stay with us. We are going to entertain you until 12. I think we have a surprise for you, Damien. On a une surprise pour eux. On va les faire un peu. On va leur faire
bosser.
Ouais, on va les faire bosser. On va les faire lire. On va les faire chanter.
Eh oui, on va essayer, on va s'amuser tous ensemble avec un karaoké. Vous connaissez tous le principe, évidemment. Mais on va vous laisser le choix du titre de la chanson. Et je crois Melvie, qu'on a 3 possibilités, hein, c'est ça?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. We have 3 titles. We have, first of all, we have Joe Dassin, Les Champs-Élysées. We have Abba, Mamma Mia, and we have Spice Girls Wannabe. So, on va vous expliquer comment on va le faire. On va le faire de 2 manières. Non, d'une manière. On va le faire à l'ambiance. We are going to do it. You are going to do as much noise as you can for your favorite song, okay? Pour votre musique préférée, vous faites le plus de bruit possible. T'es prêt, Damien?
On va commencer avec le premier choix.
Le premier choix, c'est Les Champs-Élysées. Franchement, ils vont tout chanter, l'un après l'autre.
La troisième,
c'est Spice Girls Wannabe. Ah, c'est difficile, hein?
on recommence avec le premier titre juste.
Allez, mais là, je veux que vous me retourniez le stade, hein? Ok? On est sur une ambiance française, là. Les Champs-Élysées.
Sur les Champs-Élysées.
Ouais, je pense. On est OK pour les Champs-Élysées ou on fait quand même Mamma Mia? Non. On va faire les Champs-Élysées. Ça démarre, Damien, dans 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go!
Allez, tout le monde, tout le monde.
Je me baladais sur la rue, que vers la tapis. J'avais envie de dire bonjour à n'importe qui, sauf toi, je t'ai dit n'importe quoi, il suffisait de te parler pour t'apprivoiser.
Et c'est le refrain, c'est parti!
Oh, Champs-Élysées, oh, Champs-Élysées, au soleil, sous la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs-Élysées. Tu m'as dit j'ai rendez-vous dans un sous-sol avec des fous qui vivent la guitare à la main du soir au matin. Alors je t'ai accompagné, on a chanté, on a dansé et on n'a même pas pensé à s'embrasser.
Tout le monde.
Oh, Champs-Élysées, oh, Champs-Élysées, au soleil, sous la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs-Élysées.
Allez, plus fort encore.
Hier soir, 2 inconnus, et ce matin sur l'avenue, 2 amoureux tout étourdis par la longue nuit.
On s'aime
Et
ici.
Bravo!
Vous étiez incroyable! On se refait un tout petit moment sans musique. Sans musique, vous êtes prêts? On sans musique.
Moi, chef d'orchestre. Hein.
Allez, c'est parti dans 3, 2, 1 et... Oh, Champs-Élysées!
Vous les attendez, ils seront là dans quelques minutes. 15 minutes de patience pour la suite des compétitions, la suite des demi-finales. Mais pour l'heure, Melvie, je crois qu'on a encore quelques surprises à réserver à notre public.
Yeah, match is starting in less than 15 minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to welcome the official Paris 2024 mascot, La Frise.
Elle est de retour parmi nous, la Frise, la mascotte officielle de ces Jeux de Paris 2024. La Frise ambiance
For Thailand.
Allez, chers amis, c'est l'heure. Est-ce que vous êtes prêts? Merci d'accueillir les athlètes dans l'air de jeu.
Please welcome the athletes into the arena.
Et on débute avec la table numéro 6, demi-finale du tableau double mixte 7, représentant la République populaire de Chine.
On table 6, mixed doubles 7, semi-final, representing People's Republic of China, Jai Xiong and Gu Xiaodong.
Représentons la Thaïlande.
Representing Thailand, Yuthaya Glipashwen and Vijita Jayon.
Sur la table numéro 1, première demi-finale du double homme 14, représentant la République populaire de Chine.
On table 1, men's doubles 14 semi-final, representing People's Republic of China, Yao Kali and Yang Shuo.
Et ils seront opposés aux têtes de série numéro 2, représentant
South Paris Arena once again is packed for the men's doubles in the para-table tennis at the Paralympic Games for Paris 2024 on day 3. Great to see a packed crowd, sellout. So many people here to celebrate para-table tennis. This semi-final contested between People's Republic of China and France. And the crowd went absolutely berserk. You can see the big French flag in the background there. When the 2 French athletes came in, it was absolutely deafening here in the South Paris Arena. So loud, so great to see so many people getting behind these athletes, making as much noise as they can and creating a superb atmosphere here in Paris, because it's been a 3-year wait since the last Paralympic Games. Of course, Tokyo 2020 was delayed by a year because of COVID. We had no crowds, it was just coaches. But now, proper Paralympic experience is back. Packed crowds, expectant of some world-class para-table tennis. And I'm sure that's exactly what's going to happen between People's Republic of China and France.
And here we are. This is correct. Thanks, Rory. What they're doing right now, the coaches are instructing their players on the conversations they've had before they came out of the call room. And the call room is the area which the players congregate approximately 40-45 minutes before the match. And they go over shirt selection. If there's different colors, then if they don't have different colors, then they have to flip a coin to make that decision. So you have to carry an extra shirt. They select the balls for the match, and then they give their rackets to the umpires, who take them, put them in small bags, and bring them to the table. The reason for that, players can't change rackets prior to the start of the game. These rackets are then put on the table for display so that the other team can see your racket and the composition of your racket. There are so many different types of rubbers now. There are smooth, there are what we call pips or pimples, and there can be sponge and no sponge, and all those things determine how the ball is returned. All these players know all about all of these rubbers. It's nothing new, but the colors are different for a reason, because that way, if you hit with the black rubber, your opponent will know what kind of rubber you're using. Or red, they'll know that as well. And you have to show your racket to your opponents prior to the start of the match. Now, what we're seeing here is the umpire is checking the shirts to make sure the names are correct, as identified on her computer. She's checking both. She's flipped a coin. We'll see who serves in a minute. It'll be a 2-minute warm-up, and much time the game will start. We serve in doubles diagonally from the right-hand side. Each player gets 2 services until a winner is determined at 11 points. If it's tied at 11 points, or 10 all, then you have alternate servicing until someone wins by a total of 2 points. In that case, there'll be it's like an overtime. It could be 13-11, 12-10, and each team only gets 1 service each. And now they're doing their warm-up, preparing for the match. They've been given their instructions. You can see that players' names are coming up. Again, as I mentioned, there's a 45-minute delay before coming out in the call room. Players are there to meet the other players, actually, informally, and then come out into the field of play to start the match. The winner of this match, of course, will be going on to the gold and silver match, and losers of this group will be given an automatic bronze medal, as it's not played out.
Les arbitres pour la table 3.
The umpires for table 3. Mary Binkovich from Australia and Donatien de Hautoloc from France.
So the warm-up just gives the athletes just a few minutes, just 2, as John was just explaining, just to settle into the arena. get used to the conditions.
Enfin, les arbitres pour la table 6.
French duo playing in front of their home crowd. If they're to win this today, they'll go through to the final, as John was explaining, to contest the gold and silver. Then go through to the final. You know that a silver is guaranteed. What will happen then to the other team is they're awarded the bronze medal, as there's no bronze medal matches per se. The bronze medal will be decided whatever happens in this semi-final. So Clément Berthier, 24 years old, and Esteban Parol, now 30, on the French duo, against People's Republic of China of Liao Kelly and Yan Xiao. All four of these athletes just have so many medals between them. Liao Kelly of China, gold medalist in the men's team in Tokyo at the Paralympics, a bronze medal in the Tokyo singles, and a World Championship bronze medal in the men's team. Likewise for Yan Xiao, gold medal in Tokyo in the singles, and a gold in the men's team in Tokyo. This is it, this is the start. First two serves to France.
Nice topspin stroke there, and the ball was not blocked back effectively. It was a great shot. Services in table tennis require, where possible, a flat palm ball projected up 16 centimeters. Minimal of 16 centimeters. And if you're not able to use your non-playing hand, you may use the racket and project the ball from your racket up in the air as long as your opponent can see the ball all of the time. It should be mentioned, too, that this is men's double semis 14. Nice great rally. By 14, I mean it's a combination of your classifications together that determines what the doubles combinations would be. A lot of backspin on that serve. The attempt by the Chinese player to play a topspin directly down the middle of the table. He was unsuccessful, but that strategy is to move people around, jam them if they can, or drive them wide off table. It's a lovely topspin stroke. The crowd loves it. You can hear them, they're very excited. Left-handed player uses his forehand drive topspin to make the winner. Point, jammed Chinese player. done. Berthier, again, drew that ball wide, forces player to come across the table. He was unsuccessful in the return. Wow, great shot. Berthier, another good forehand topspin drive right down the middle of the table, right down the middle of the line.
Shot there from Herol. Played a couple of those right the way across the diagonal on the table. So much precision, so much accuracy. That's what you need at this level. That point sets up the game point. That's how important it was, not only just to hit the winning shot, but to set up a chance for France to take this game, this opening game against People's Republic of China. First team to 11 will be the victors. China have managed to get a point back. And France can still win this one, but they need to win the points off the Chinese serve. They need to win by 2 points or more. Well, would you believe it's gone 10-10, which now means there'll be no two-serve system. It's now one serve per team. And this is crucial, and this is what makes table tennis so exciting, because the team serving first want to get the winning shots off their serve. It means if they lose that, the other team gets to serve to try and win the match. So it's all swung around. Like I just said, China are now in front and they're serving for the game. This is their first game point.
Good attack there. We wanted to finish that point and win the game. So it was a risky shot, but definitely makeable.
But now, because of the one serve system, it means France now serving for the game. Now trying to get another point in front. Didn't happen. It's now gone back the Chinese way. So China now 1 point in front. And now it's their second game point. And they've done it. People's Republic of China, who were behind for some time in that first game. It went 10-10. The single service system, it just shows how crucial it can be at this level at the Paralympic Games. And People's Republic of China take that opening game 13 points to 11.
Very close game. Coaches are now discussing strategy and how to prepare for this game. For certain, the French coach is going to want to make some subtle changes so his players can be more successful. A good coach will only give 1 or 2 suggestions. With any more than that, it can overwhelm the player.
This men's doubles semi-final is a best of 5. So again, game 2 is so crucial, because if you're 1-love in front and then you make that 2 games to nothing, it puts a heap of pressure on the other side, because then that team needs to win the next 2 in order just to stay in. If you're 2 in front, all you've got to do is win 1 more. Last game was close. Let's see what happens here in game 2.
Yes, we'll see whether or not some changes have been made. First 3 or 4 points of any game are crucial to set up your momentum. So we'll see how that goes.
trying to take the first 2 points off their serve. France now with their first 2. I just wonder if we're going to get a reaction like that out of every point from the Chinese duo. And crucial when you win a point from the opposition's team's serve.
Just noticed there's been a timeout called by the French coach. Probably thinking that this is the best time to use the one timeout that you get per match, because things are starting to turn a little bit. He's got to find a way to have his team change the momentum of the game. Services may have to change, attacks, strategy. This is the time that has to be done. I think a very good call by the coach.
With a maximum of 60 seconds, the timeout clock is put onto the middle of the table. It does mean as well, if the French team were to return before the time is out, then the Chinese team also have to return, because they're not the team that have called the timeout. The French are in control, if you like, of that last timeout that was just called. So will it have a positive impact? People's Republic of China are 1 game in front, and the duo of Berthier and Herold playing in front of their home crowd at their home Paralympics.
Oh, a jam right to his elbow, wrist area. You could tell the way his arm went that he was completely out of position. Great start for the Chinese. That was a good shot and absolutely necessary to try to change the momentum of this game.
Frustration for the Chinese. That last shot going into the net, the one before that just been smacked away almost onto another table in the arena.
Chinese player readjusts his racket. He has a velcroed onto his hand.
4 points separates these two teams. China 7, France 3. A little pressure on the French duo in front of their home crowd. They're also 1 game behind.
Great shot, another one right at the body. French player was slightly off the table as well. Makes it again difficult to return. What a shot that was. Brilliant shot down the line, right on the line actually. The lob ball there just went off the end.
French crowd really getting behind these two, almost now with every single point that goes their way.
That was a great point by the French. The crowd has really reacted to that. The game is reasonably close. It's certainly within reach. That's a lot of topspin, but also side spin on the ball. Topspin and side spin combined.
Yeah, it's a signature shot from Clément Berthier. It's one of his specialities, and we're bound to see that throughout this game as it progresses. And just the backhand shot from Berthier not quite coming up, which means that it's game point for China. Hence why the duo making so much noise. They know what's at stake. They're one game in front. This is a chance to make it 2 games on the bounce. And they've managed to do that. So China take that second game. Now it's 11 points to 7. So People's Republic of China find themselves one step closer to a Paralympic final. It's the best of 5. It means if China win the next game, they're through. And for France, it'll be a bronze medal. Whoever wins this match will go on to contest the gold and silver medal. The other team picks up the Paralympic bronze.
I think the French coach right now will be reminding his players that they must start to try to move the Chinese team around. Everything in table tennis is about movement. And it's going to be extremely important for the French team to do that. Right now, the Chinese team is moving them around, and they're having difficulty with some of the returns. I know they may look a little easy to some people. These balls are full of spin. And again, shots we just saw there, that's something that's going to have to be required by the French team if they wish to be successful.
So Berthier and Herald come back. They now need to win these next 2 games in order to stay in this semi-final. It's not even a case of winning 1 game for the French. They know they need to win 2 to take it to 2-2 and go to a 5th game decider. Real pressure on the home team. People's Republic of China 2 games in front. There's Berthier once again going for that strong forehand. Misses the table. First point goes to China.
Opportunity there for what we call a backhand kind of scoopy shot. That's not a term, of course, and you got jammed inside out, basically. That was much better. They stayed at the table, the French team. They blocked the ball back, and they finished with a strong ball.
And just a simple shot as well, because it's all alternate shots between the teams. You need to keep your eye on the players as well, because you know then that the other player just doesn't have time to get across the table to make the return. That's exactly what the French duo spotted there, and just a simple shot. Nice and easy, down the middle, point 1. It's China 3, France 1. Berthier to serve.
Hero tried to lift that ball up with using topspin, and he just was unable to finish off the point. That was a nice point. If you notice, the ball went deep, almost to the line, jump up, right in the face of the Chinese player, and he had no chance to return it. It was full spin, right at his body. Towel down, and you can towel down every 6 points if you wish, not required, of course. There's a perfect example of what we discussed to join the break, driving the team wide, and that's exactly what the French did. They stayed within less than half a meter of the table, angered their balls well, and that's resulted in a difficult shot for the Chinese player. Virtually impossible.
There's that signature shot once again from Clément Berthier. executed with exact precision. And that makes this game go level. You just see it absolutely gets over that ball, it gets over the net, and there's just too much on it. And it's China 4, France 4.
And actually, Harold tried to do exactly the same thing, go wide that time, but he got trapped a little and was unable to complete the ball. But the idea was excellent.
Again, the signature shot from Berthier works again. And with every winning shot at the moment, the French crowd reacting to every single second of this Para table tennis men's double semi-final.
I think that was a bit of luck wishing there, trying to take that, lift it with topspin, and drive it to the opposite side. A bit ambitious, as they say.
This game is close. China already 2 games up. France need to win this in order to stay in this semi-final. They're 1 point behind. And it's now China 8, France 6, with China to serve.
Close view of the racket there, and of course the 2 different colors, so that if the rubbers are different, players on the other side will know that. And of course they got a chance to examine the racket just before the match started. Well, they're calling for a net ball, but I don't think they're going to be granted that. Appears that it has been granted, and it's a reservice.
Oh, the shot and return there from China. So much whip and spin. It was just too much for Harold to deal with. China now 9-7 in front. France to serve. As John's been explaining, the 2 different sides of the racket, the red and black side, all to control spin and differentiation of shots.
Wow, that was a great shot. Completely faked out the player. He thought he was going to go down the line. He went cross court. Just wasn't prepared for it at all.
And it's always a great shot when it sets up a match point. So 11-7, and People's Republic of China have managed to get over the line. It only took 3 games in the end. And for the home crowd and the home nation, it's a bronze medal at the Paralympic Games. That's how it finished. China with that first game 13-11, then 11-7, 11-7 once again in game 3. And it's the best of 5. So with a 3-game margin, it means that People's Republic of China go on to the final. And for Liao Qili and Yan Shu, the gold and silver medal awaits for them. Meanwhile, France at their home nation and at their home Paralympics, Clément Berthier and Esteban Herol have a bronze medal. There they are with their coach.
Chinese coach, of course, will congratulate his players. They had a game plan. The game plan was to move their opponents around and attack the ball wherever possible. I think they were very successful doing that, and their scores show that result.
Yeah, the points won on serve. China took 18 points, winning shots off their service. France, on the other hand, with 13. It's just those sorts of margins that make up the difference at this international level. And the Chinese supporters delighted, flags being waved aloft in the celebration of para table tennis, and now the fact that People's Republic of China are into a men's doubles final. But what an achievement for Clément Berthier and Esteban Herol, also carrying the weight of the nation and the weight of the French supporters. They are the bronze medalists here at the Paralympic Games 2024. That's the story of the semi-final. People's Republic of China, 3 games to love. And the points won on serve was definitely part and parcel of the difference. So the Chinese duo into the final to try and contest for gold. Maybe it'll be silver. But for Berthier and Herol, as you can see on your screen, bronze medalists at the Paralympic Games in Paris 2024.
3-0 contre notre paire française Clément Berthier Estebanero, qui sera tout de même médaillé de bronze.
And it's a victory for People's Republic of China, 3-0 against France. So they are going to play the final match in men's doubles 14 tomorrow at 12 a.m. Damien.
Il y avait un autre duel entre la France et la République populaire de Chine sur la table numéro 2 en double mixte 7. Nouvelle victoire chinoise. Fong Banfong et Zhu Ying se sont imposés 3-0 contre Florian Merlin, Flora Gauthier. Là encore, nos Français seront médaillés. Sur la table numéro 3, le succès thaïlandais, 3 manches à 0 contre la Grande-Bretagne dans la deuxième demi-finale du double homme 14.
On table 3, we have a victory for Team Thailand, 3-0 against Great Britain in men's doubles 14.
Et enfin sur la table 5, le succès de la paire de Taipei chinois, Li Zhuyu, Tian Xiaowen, 3-0, les têtes de série numéro 1. Eh bien, se qualifie pour la finale du double femme 20.
Yeah, they're now qualified for the gold medal match. Team Chinese Taipei in women's double 20 on table 5. They just won against Team Korea 3-0.
Voilà pour les 5 derniers résultats. Restez avec nous, la journée continue avec dans 13 minutes désormais les 2 dernières demi-finales dans le tableau double homme 18 cette fois-ci. Et puis ensuite à 14h, il y aura la dernière partie de cette session. Ce sera une grande finale pour la médaille d'or dans le tableau double homme 8.
Yeah, in a few minutes we will have the 2 last session, 2 matches of the semi-final, and then we will have, ladies and gentlemen, the gold medal match at 2 p.m. This is going to be crazy between Germany and People's Republic of China, and we will have the victory ceremony. This is just to see, guys. We need to be here today together.
Chers amis, 12h56 minutes, le programme reprend ses droits. Merci d'accueillir les athlètes en aire de jeu.
Please welcome the athletes into the arena.
Sur la table numéro 1, première demi-finale du tableau double mode 18, représentant la République populaire de Chine.
On table 1, men's double 18.
Chinese duo just men's doubles semi-final coming up, where a bronze medal is guaranteed for at least one of the teams. Whoever wins the match will go through to the final to contest the gold and silver at the Paralympic Games. The team that doesn't make it to the final gets a bronze medal at the Paralympics. And here are the Brazilian duo, Luiz Manara just on the left and Claudio Massad with the headband. Meanwhile, the Chinese team is Liao Xiaodong, 24 years old, and Zhao Yichin, 31 years old. Gold medal in the men's team at the Tokyo Paralympics, also World Championship silver in the men's team, and a gold medal at the Asian Para Games. That just gives you the kind of calibre that comes with not only the Chinese duo, but also the duo from Brazil.
Okay, they're coming to the table now. Prepare for their warm-up. Last instructions from their coach, as they're doing right now. Prior to this, they would have been in the call room for approximately 45 minutes. Several things are addressed. Most important thing probably are the shirts. If, for instance, you both come with red shirts, well, only one team can wear red shirts. So they would flip a coin, and then the shirts will be determined there. You must obviously carry 2 legal shirts with you. And that's important. So we're in men's doubles 18, and they're preparing to come to the table and do their coin toss to decide who serves first or receives. You don't necessarily have to take the serve. You can defer to your opponents, but then you can choose sides, which I know most people don't know or would do that, because service is such a big part of table tennis. Okay, we're taking a look at the rackets now. When the rackets come out from the call area, they're brought out by the umpire. They're put in little bags so they can't be changed en route, or you sneak on a racket that you want to use. Then what happens is these rackets are brought out. The umpire checks to make sure that they are legal rackets and that they have the ITTF, the International Table Tennis Federation brand on the racket. That's required. Then she brings the rackets out, lays them on the table, and your opponent can look at your racket to see what type of rubber you have. Everyone may have the same, but often there are combinations of different rackets and different spins based on pips, pimples, long, short, smooth rubber, which does have an effect on the ball, quite dramatic actually. And so your opponent wants to know that, and that is why they're different colors. Because if the rubber is dramatically different in terms of what it can produce on spins, then you want to know that in advance, and you're entitled to know that.
This is how the Brazilian team made their way to the semi-finals. That was their route. Now the warm-up continues. Just saw a few moments ago the umpire tossing the coin to decide who's going to serve first in this game. Again, that's another part of the formality about any para table tennis final, particularly a semi-final like this one.
Since this is doubles, we need to look on services and the types of service. You need to serve diagonally in doubles. You can't just serve randomly, and that's how it starts. And from there, the points open up from there. Serve must be a flat palm, projecting the ball up a minimum of 16 centimeters. Could be higher, and that your hand must be above the level of the table so that your opponent can see that ball the whole time as the ball is being projected and being prepared to be struck by your opponent. Also in the call room, the balls are decided. These balls that they're using right now were pre-selected in the call room. They go around, you get 5 or 6 balls, the umpire brings them to you, you spin them to make sure they're round. All balls are round, but some actually are more round than others. They may have a little wobble to them, and then you select the balls mutually with your opponents. So these balls were brought out from the call room, not just randomly picked.
So a few moments ago, just had the introduction of the umpires. So Bong Mi-seung of Republic of Korea is the umpire. And the assistant umpire is Tamara Parmalat from France. So here we go. Trying to serve first, up and running. And it's a best of 5. And it's the first team to get to 11 points. If you do get to 11, you need to win the game by 2 clear points or more. So each team has 2 serves. And now it's the turn for the Brazilians. And if the game was to go 10-10, then each team has 1 serve each. Well, hitting the ball at somebody. We know sometimes we can see aggressive shots in table tennis, but I think even Claudio Mascot felt the impact of that one.
That was a good shot. Well done. Wide. No chance for a response.
The ball has to be served on a flat palm. If you're unable to do that, you can use the flat part of the racket to do the serve, toss the ball up. At least 16 centimetres are the rule. You can do that all in one motion. Otherwise, the ball must be visible to the opposition team. Doing service instructions. Server's telling what kind of spin he's going to put on the ball. Wow, what a brilliant shot. I love the way the Chinese player backpedaled and was able to hit a forehand to the opposite side. That is athleticism. It's well done. That serve or reserve. That was an absolutely brilliant shot. That was right off the tip. That ball was just coming off the table, just coming off, and he struck it through the ball. Ball didn't even come up any more than a couple of millimeters. That was a very powerful shot. Right, again, right off the bounce. Chinese are very aggressive. They've decided they're going to set the tone for this match by being the first to attack.
Nice wide shot. At this point in time, the Chinese team is certainly the dominant team. Brazilians are going to have to come up with some strategies. Brilliant shot right down the line. Has so many options there. You go down the line, goes to the middle. Went down the line, it could have gone to the middle or to the opposite side. He had opportunities to make choices there. There, did you notice that? He put his hand on the table and rubbed it to dry it off. You're not supposed to be allowed to do that on the table. Finish off with that thought, not on the table there, because the ball can hit that area. You can go by the net, which is not a playable area, and wipe your hand. I'm surprised he's allowed to do that.
So second game point, a pivotal moment in this semi-final. And People's Republic of China take that first game 11 points to 5. So it's the first team to 11 to win the game, and then you need to win by at least 2 points or more. And that's a display of how that can be done. So 11-5, and it leaves Manara and Massad now chasing this match already. It's the best of 5, so if China were to go 2 in front, it then means Brazil have a stack of pressure on them because they need to then win 2 games in a row to take it to 4-4 in order then to have that 5th game decider. So game 2, make no mistake, it's got much more pressure on it than game 1. Because Brazil will definitely want to level up here and try and get it to 1-1. So if it goes to 2-2, then Brazil then need to win 2 games in a row.
Right now, the Chinese players are able to move the ball at will. Any side of the table, any position. The coach for Brazil will have to come up with some strategies for his players to try to eliminate or at least reduce those opportunities. That usually requires aggressive attack, play the ball at the body, those things to eliminate the Chinese players from being as aggressive as they are.
Just noticing sweat on the table, trying to wipe it off, keeping the surface dry. And that shot's too long, just too much on that. And it means People's Republic of China have taken the 2 points from the Brazilian serve and now have a chance to serve twice. That was a net serve, which means you don't lose the serve, you just get to do it again. There's no penalty.
That was a nice shot. That serve was a little long, not as spinny as I've seen, and Monero was able to turn on that and drive it down the line. That was very interesting. You see that the Chinese player came across the table and decided backhand off his forehand. And again, he went cross court with spin. The player from Brazil didn't have a clue where the ball was going. I believe we have a timeout for Brazil.
Brazil now have 60 seconds. Shot clock is put in the middle of the table. And this is just a chance to regroup because they've gone 4 points to 1 down in game 2. And the coach knows as well how crucial this will be if People's Republic of China were indeed to make it 2 games to love. So Brazil now in control of this timeout. You don't have to take the full 60 seconds allocation, but once Brazil do return to the table, even if there are some seconds left on the timeout clock, it means that the Chinese team also have to return back to the table. They can't then look at the clock and think, oh, well, it's 10 seconds left. We can just hang around. And you can see the Chinese duo, well, they're ready to go. And Brazil have indeed taken the full allocation. Interesting. So tactical with these timeouts. You only get them to call them once through the match. And Mascot, on the back of that, is asking for some reaction from the crowd.
Good service. The one thing the Brazilians can't do is get into a counter hitting rally, which we talked about, fast, quick hitting rally. They just can't do that. They're going to have to be more powerful with their shots.
Well, some nimble footwork there, resulted in China going another point in front. Some good returns from Brazil, but just not enough on that particular rally.
You can see Monero with his hands up in the air. He knew he put a soft ball back there, and then his partner had absolutely no chance to return that. He's quite annoyed with himself. Now that was better. He chose to attack the ball. He was jammed, Monero, but he did a great job of driving the ball right back at the Chinese player. That was a much better return.
One of the best shots we've seen since this match began. We're halfway through game 2. Just world-class stuff here at the South Paris Arena at the Paralympic Games. Some tense moments because Brazil are now 6 points behind. That's a sizable gap. First team to 11 points. Wins the game, and you have to do that by 2 clear points.
That was a great point. That's aggressiveness. They have to do that. They cannot run around. They have to finish the point.
There's clearly a sweat mark down at the near side of the table of the Brazilians. The Chinese team spotted it as well, but it is game point. And People's Republic of China have taken game 2. Just a little bit more convincing that time. Game 1 was 11-5. That game 2 was 11-4. And Brazil now, the pressure is really stacked on both Monero and Mascot because they now need to win the next 2 games to even stand a chance of getting through to the final to contest the gold and silver medal. So massive pressure on the Brazilian duo. They've lost that last game. Game 2, 11 points to 4.
What the coach is saying right now, the Brazilian team, is that you have to attack. They won 3 or 4 of their points legitimately by being aggressive, but they can't just return the ball. If that ball is long, not a lot of spin, or they're not pushing the Chinese player wide, they're going to lose the point. So they have to attack. So you make a choice. Either you go for it or you don't. But if you play too conservatively, then it's going to be a repeat of what we just saw.
And those are the intricate tactics when it comes to table tennis. It's not just the physical and the physicality of it all, the athleticism, it's the mental battle as well. When do you call the timeouts? Brazil have already called theirs, so China have one left. But at this stage, they're not going to need it, having won both games so far, 11-5 and 11-4. Brazil now stacked with pressure. They need to win this game and the next one to try and stand a chance of staying in this semi-final. The team that wins goes on to contest gold and silver. The other team in this semi-final will be awarded the bronze medal.
Just discussing the rotation of who's serving and who's receiving. Good start by the Brazilians. 2 points. They have a lead. Let's see if they can maintain it and increase it. And they won those both off the Chinese services, which is also excellent.
Well, almost open like a barn door there. Went straight through. China taking the points off the first Brazilian serve. And now Brazil to serve again.
Assad's return was just not strong enough with pace. See it right here.
A real hush of atmosphere around the South Paris arena, just to reflect the tense nature of this match. It's locked at 3-3. Brazil needing to win this game in order to stand a chance of survival in this semi-final.
There we go. That's the first time I've witnessed both the players from Brazil attacking the ball, Manera and Massad. They both struck the ball with pace, and they won that point because of that. Can they maintain it, though? This will be...
Well, Massad, that's the way he reacts to things, even when it's an unforced error. He reacts as if he's won the point themselves, but that is the point, literally. And now Brazil are 5-3 in front. Just clipped the net and flown off the back of the table. So Brazil now 6-3 in front. And they're 5 points away from a victory. The first team to 11 points, by at least 2 points or more, will take this game.
That was a great point because of a weak return by the Chinese players, middle of the table, and Masai was able to finish that point. But they haven't been given many of those opportunities. If they can sustain this, they have a very good chance of winning this game.
Also 4 points in front now as well. I mean, the biggest of margins, it can be turned around. But if it was to go to a 5 or a 6 point gap, then the pressure really would be on the Chinese duo. Turn around that kind of point deficit. It's now gone to 5 points. I don't see too many 5 or 6 point differences turned around and go the other way. And this is just grit and determination from the Brazilian team. So just Mascot trying to protest here and say that the score should be 9-3. It has indeed been awarded that way. He seemed sure. He's just called that correct, and he's now telling the two Chinese duos who's serving.
The wrong player returned the ball, so therefore that was the reason for the fault. And now they're trying to get the sequence back in order.
Yes, if anything, this is quite fair from Mascot, really, to point out the inconsistency of the flow of the match. And even the umpire, I think, Bong Mingjun from Republic of Korea, is looking as if, well, that was me told as well. Well, that was a crucial point for China, because had Brazil taken another one there, it was going to be a game point. And now it's 9-5. Brazil still 4 points in front. Brazil needing to win this game to stay in this semi-final. Pressure is on. And that pressure getting to Manara. China now within 3. And Manara, another fault. And this is letting the Chinese duo back in. Leo Cheldong and Chao Yi-chin are now 2 points behind.
That's 3-4 points in a row, I believe, by the Chinese. And they're in the game. They're now pushing hard, serving with more intensity.
That's right, and if they keep this up, they can still win it 11-9. And that would bring the match to the conclusion. Well, that's a fantastic moment for the Brazilians, because it's now game point. And Brazil need this to stay in. So the pressure now this time is not only stacked on them, it's also on the other team. China already 2 games in front. Brazil looking for their first game win in this match. And they have the serve.
I would say weak push there by Mascot. There wasn't anything on it. And again, the Chinese immediately attacked.
So second game point for Brazil. They can still win this by 2 points if they win this point and get to 11. And they've done it. Well, Mascot is just over to the crowd and so pumped. And he was always like that throughout a game of table tennis, and once again doesn't disappoint the crowd. And is just throwing his arms up, pumping the crowd to get the support of the Brazilian fans behind them. China went 2 games in front. It's now 2-1. This semi-final is opening up and it's alive. Brazil now need to win the next game if they're to stay in this. China can still close off this match if they win game 4. But for Manara and Mascot, so far it's job done. They've just got to repeat that now if they're to stand a chance. Meanwhile, China can win 1 more game to get through to the final. The pressure still stacked on Brazil.
Chinese team is quick back to the table, and they've already called time, but Brazilians are stalling. They've been called twice now for time. They're kind of ignoring the umpire.
There's Mascot pumping the crowd again. I mean, in that last game, even he was doing the umpire's job. So how will this one unfold? China need 1 more game to close this off and get through to the final. Brazil need this game in order to stay in this men's doubles semi-final here at the Paralympic Games.
going to see a much more aggressive Chinese team in this game. And they're going to want to go quick, and they're going to want to win these points quickly. We'll see if this occurs.
China still have the option of a timeout as well. So that's 2 points off the Brazilians' first 2 serves. China now have 2 serves. And Mascot just locking his eyes, playing mind games across the table, trying to stare out the Chinese duo.
What a brilliant point there. 2 quality returns by Brazilians, and they were just outdone and outclassed on the last shot. That was absolutely brilliant. But you can see the score. China is on the offensive.
Well, China have taken the first 2 points from the Brazilian serve, and they've also taken 2 from their own serve. They're 4 in front.
Another shot there. I think it hit the table.
I heard it.
It's funny, and it's funny. I don't think the umpire did, but Monera is the one who indicated that it had. Very sportsmanlike for him to do that. He needed every point, but that's the kind of athlete that he is.
Mascot just comes in too heavy, too high over that, and drives the ball down and into the net. And China now 6 points in front in this crucial Game 4. China are 5 points away from progressing to the final. And Brazil need to close the gap because, as I said, if China were to win the next 5 points, they're through. And that would be a whitewash 11 love. Now Brazil have their first point, and Mascot just reminding the crowd that they're still here. There's still a sizable gap though. 5 points, China 6, Brazil 1. And China with the serve.
Nice attack by Monera. He stepped across, left-handed player, so he had to basically pivot himself across. He went across against the green and made a great shot. Coach is telling him how to serve the ball from behind. That's legal now.
Mascot just looking at Monera. So did we win that? Did we lose it? We lost the point. China now 5 points in front once again. That shot's too long. Another valuable point for Brazil. Mascot again, once again, pumps the crowd.
Water on the table. So the assistant umpire will come and clean both sides to make sure that there's no way the ball can be inappropriately striking a foreign object like this fluid, which would destroy the rally, frankly.
China just lunging a little bit. Again, knowing that the end perhaps is in sight, but it's only the end if you get there. Brazil, on the other hand, some of the mind games have been working. They're still 3 points behind, but considering they went 4 love down, a real fight here from the Brazilian duo.
Assad tried to go for it, and they know that, and he had to go for the attack. It was there, just late on his contact point. nice return by Monera. He went across that table. The ball was wide and off the side. He managed to have a top spin and side spin on that ball. Fooled the Chinese player just a bit.
And just see how much that ball was moving. So pivotal point in this game, really, because China are on 8 points, Brazil on 6. China have the serve. And no surprise that China now have called a timeout. So there's the shot clock. It's already ticking down. 45 seconds remain of the 60 seconds that's allocated. And even though the Chinese have called the timeout, it does mean Brazil can have a chat amongst themselves. But China are in control of this timeout. So if they return to the table, even with time left on the shot clock, the Brazilians will have to come back to resume play. There you go. Brazil now really need to make their way back to the table.
What you're seeing there, frankly, is the umpire not being firm enough to remind the Brazilian players that they have to get back to the table. Believe me, those players know the rules.
Brazil taking as much time as possible. They're still 2 points behind. China to serve. It's China 8, Brazil 6. Brazil need to win this game to stay in this semi-final.
Monera's beside himself that he did not put more power on that ball.
Oh, Monera's just come up that and swiped with the left-hand shot, and it's completely missed, and it's opened up match point now for China. Brazil managed to win game 3. This is game 4. And is this the moment China will be going through to the final? And they've hit the net, but they still have another second match point. Brazil creep closer, now 3 behind. But real pressure now Monera has. He serves for Brazil. It's a second match point for China.
An absolutely brilliant shot by Mascot. Again, completely down on it. He went for it. He killed and attacked that ball. He's trying to draw the crowd into the match with them and get the enthusiasm up, but want to extend this match as far as it can go.
Because that slice shot that came over was tricky to deal with, and that really was a world-class return from Mascot. Third match point. China can still afford to lose just 1 more point. They need to win by 2 clear points, and it's the first team to 11. Oh, what a shot! What a shot from Chao Ichin. Finishes this match off. And People's Republic of China are over the line. They've won that game 11 points to 8 and take the match 3 games to 1. They'll go on to the final to contest the gold and silver medal. Brazil, what a performance, particularly in game 3, where they won 11 points to 9. A very gutsy performance and played the rules to the edge as much as possible and where possible. Brazil have a bronze medal at the Paralympic Games. And today, it wasn't meant to be for Monera and Mascot in terms of gold or silver in the final, but what an achievement to come all the way here to Paris at the Paralympic Games and going back to Brazil with a bronze medal in the men's doubles. Just reminding the crowd as well, they've taken the bronze and cheering for Brazil. John, your thoughts on that last match?
Well, I really thought the last game that Brazil did everything they could to try to take away the power that the Chinese possess and their speed and their strike of the ball. Anyway, I thought, frankly, that the match went the way I thought it was going to go, just because of the extreme power of the Chinese team. I give full marks to Brazil for extending the match and trying everything within their power to extend this not only to 5, but maybe further. I think they'll go home very proud that they've won the bronze.
So it finished up China 3 games to 1. China took the first game 11-5, the second one 11-4. Brazil then came back 11-9 and finished it off with China winning 11-8. And Liu Xiaodong and Zhao Yiqin are the duo who will go through to the men's doubles final. So great to see a packed arena here at the South Paris Arena in Hall 4. Table 1 has just seen People's Republic of China progress through to the final, with Brazil taking the bronze medal. So that's the story of the match. 3 games to 1, points won on serve, just much more for China, 24 to Brazil's 18. And the points lost on serve as well. An interesting statistic. That was the story, and a real difference between the two. People's Republic of China into the men double final. It is confirmed. And Brazil, they have a bronze medal.